You're eating fruits, smoothies, salads, and you're still hungry all the time. Let me ask you something. Do you think you're the only one? Not even close. In fact, this is one of the most common struggles people face when they switch to a raw vegan diet. Don't you find that frustrating that most advice online boils down to one thing: just eat more calories? Don't get me wrong, energy matters, but that's not the whole picture. Because I've seen people increasing their food intake and still struggle. Why? Because hunger on raw vegan diet is rarely caused by one big mistake. Usually it's several small things stacking on top of each other. The good news: when you spot all of them, hunger stops running the show. And the first one can surprise you. You might not be hungry at all. Before we go further, I've put together a free PDF that can help you iron out many of those beginner mistakes. You'll find it in the description below if you'd like to work this through step by step. One thing that catches beginners off guard is how differently raw food behaves compared to cooked food. Cooked food tends to stay in your digestive system much longer. On the other hand, raw food moves through much faster. So, you make a switch and all of a sudden you experience something unfamiliar. Your stomach feels lighter, food doesn't sit there for hours, you don't feel weighted down after meals. What do many people do? They label that feeling as hunger, but those are two completely different experiences. Feeling light doesn't automatically mean you're underfed. The better question is, do you get enough energy and nutrition throughout the day? This is what actually matters. Have you noticed that it's possible to fill your stomach and still unsatisfied shortly afterward? This is where most beginners have misunderstandings. A giant bowl of lettuce, cucumber, tomato may look healthy, and it is, but healthy and satisfying are not the same thing. You eat, you feel full, an hour later, you're still hungry again. This is usually a sign that your meals need more energy. This is one of the reasons I love green smoothies, because they allow you to consume enough greens and fruits without overcomplicating things. The goal isn't to eat more, the goal is to eat enough. Now here is where things get interesting. Imagine two people eating the exact same amount of food. One feels satisfied, the other feels hungry all day. What's the difference? I call it meal composition. Some foods are digested much faster than others. This is where strategic additions can make a huge difference. What I mean by that: nuts and seeds. Not huge amounts, not handful after handful, just enough to create balance. Many beginners spin to extremes. Some people avoid these foods completely, others go to the opposite direction and start throwing huge quantities into every meal. Neither approach works particularly well. The sweet spot sits somewhere in the middle. A little bit of strategy always go further than simply eating more. Here is a point that doesn't get enough attention. Sometimes what we interpret as hunger isn't simply a desire for more food. Sometimes our body is asking for better nutrition. This is one reason I love sprouts. They're incredibly nutrient dense. Just one handful of sprouts can take an average salad one tier above in terms of nutritional value. This is what makes them so powerful. You don't need huge amounts, you simply arrange your meals in a smarter way. Small improvements like this add up day after day. Before long, You're eating the same amount of food or smaller, yet feeling much more satisfied. This is why I don't look at hunger through one specific lens. Not calories alone, not fats alone, not one specific food. I look at the whole picture. Enough energy, satisfying meals, a few strategic foods to slow digestion down, and nutrient-dense additions like sprouts. Now small things turn into a big deal. Get those pieces working together and everything becomes much easier. You stop thinking about food every couple of hours. You stop wondering where your next meal is coming from. You stop obsessing over hunger. You simply carry on with your day. That's the point. If you like a practical guide to help you put all these pieces together, I've created a free PDF for you. You can download it through the link below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.